what we need to do to finally make marijuana legal at the federal level in the United States. I am proud to formally announce that I'm signing on to the Marijuana Justice Act. It's the smart thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And I know this as a former prosecutor, I know it as a senator, and I know it when I just look at what we want as a country and where we need to be instead of where we've been. Let's get smart. So the fact is that marijuana laws are not applied and enforced in the same way for all people. So for example, African Americans use marijuana at roughly the same rate as whites, but are approximately 4 times more likely to be arrested for possession. That's just not fair. So we need to change the system.
I'm proud to stand with Senator Kamala Harris and others in supporting the Marijuana Justice Act. The Marijuana Justice Act does a number of things. First of all, it incentivizes states to change their marijuana laws to end this prohibition.
The laws that we currently have are not fair in terms of application and in terms of enforcement. We know that there are certain communities that use marijuana and without any repercussion whatsoever. They're able to go to work, they're able to go to school, and they're not judged in terms of their society.
2 of the last 3 presidents admitted to using drugs. Congresspeople, senators have admitted to using marijuana.
But there are other communities for which it's completely criminalized. And people end up being arrested, they end up being prosecuted, they end up spending time in jail or prison.
There are so many young people today, and others, who have a felony marijuana charge, which is like a lifetime sentence. They can't get food stamps. They can't get public housing, many jobs. They can't get loans from banks. It's time that we not only legalize marijuana in our states, but expunge the records of those who've been carrying that burden of past convictions for too long.
All because of their use of a drug that otherwise should be considered legal. And for states like California and other states that have decriminalized marijuana, by passing this act, it will prevent the United States Department of Justice from coming into our states and enforcing laws that we have decided are unjust and unfair.
Number 2, it creates a pool of investment to reinvest in those communities who have disproportionately felt the impact of the war on drugs.
The war on drugs was a war on communities.
And investing in those communities that have been disproportionately impacted. Investing in education programs, investing in libraries, investing in job training, investing in treatment. This must be about restorative justice as well. Marijuana prohibition has wasted billions and billions of our taxpayer dollars, of our public resources. It has taken up the time and attention of police officers and law enforcement who should be dealing with more serious drugs, more serious crimes, and protecting our communities.
I'm not somebody smoking a joint.
The prohibition against marijuana has not lived up to our values of equal justice under the law. It's time for us to end this war on drugs.